Anyway, yeah, here. Excuse me. Here, I'm back. This is Cloud Yelling with Upset Tugboat. I am your host, UpsetTugboat38. Here we go. Let's see. No, I think today I'm gonna do some articles. And yeah, I figured that I'm gonna start streaming more, and I'm gonna try to do a stream every day. So I got some games picked out that I want to play. That I will play online, and we'll see how that works. Just ignore that if you hear. I forgot my BGM. Hold on. More technical issues. Well, I guess it's not technical. It's a failure to remember issue. There we go. Good. Okay. Yeah, hi, Upset Tugboat, Cloud Yelling, let's go. So from GameSpot, ESA says bill pushing for offline version of live service games would hurt developers somehow. The new legislation in California would make it much more difficult to quickly shut down a failed live service game. Wait, how's that hurt developers though? Yeah, legislation in California make it much more difficult to quickly shut down a failed a better way to shut down a live service game is to not make it live service in the first place. That's way easier. You could just sort of abandon it and do a new, start a new project. Where are we? GameSpot reports. Oh no, it's nothing. The Entertainment Software Association is opposing the new legislation in California that would require developers of online games that are shutting down to give lengthy notice beforehand. Now, why would you be opposed to that? You would think that that'd be the decent thing to do, right? And offer refunds and make their games playable offline. You know, how they traditionally are, single played offline. You know, how when you buy a thing, then you own that thing, and then you have that thing. That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing to do. We don't want that. No, you need to keep paying for the same thing over and over again after you've already bought it. That's what we need to do. And if we discontinue that thing, and you can't play it anymore, and you can't have it anymore, well, too bad. Thanks for the money. Bye. Yeah. Introduced by Democratic Assembly, Chris Ward, Assembly Bill 1921 would require game developers to communicate specified information to purchase and prospective purchase of the digital game 60 days before the operator ceases to provide service. Once that server closure day arrives, the studio would have to offer an alternate version of a patch or update to or a refund for the game. Again, seems like the decent and sane thing to do. Why are we opposing this? Well, it makes it harder for the big corporals to gouge money out of you. That's why we're opposing it. If this bill were passed, it would, at the very least, entitle California residents to a full refund and ample notice of a server shutdown. The ESA, a trade association representing many of the industry's largest developers, has voiced opposition to Assembly Bill 1921, citing the harsh realities of live service game development and how the bill proposed requirements would take time and resources away from creating new content. How? Just make the new content. Wouldn't it be the opposite if you're your live service game that implies that you are constantly still making content for that game. So how is this going to stop you from making like new projects and stuff? Minigames depend on evolving technology, licensed content, and online systems that change over time. No, they don't actually. Like, for decades and decades, games have always just like they just like, you make the product and you sell the product, and then you make another product and then you sell that product. Like, that's been going on for ages, and it's worked well. It's worked very well for consumers and the corporations, or at least the non-greedy ones. Or what should I say, developers, not corporations, developers. Worked well for the customers and the developers for ages. Until like they figured out they can like gouge more money out of you by selling games piecemeal and by adding loot boxes and live service stuff. So again, this argument holds no water. Minigames, I said already. Assembly Bill 1921 could force developers to spend limited time and resources keeping old systems running instead of creating new games. No, it wouldn't. That is on you. You are choosing to do that. You are choosing to continue making, or continue putting resources into the same game and selling more stuff from the same game rather than starting a new project. Like, you are choosing to do that. You can choose not to do that, but I guess you think you're going to make less money by doing that, so you don't want to. Instead of creating new features and technology, in the end, this policy doesn't reflect how games actually work today. This bill sets strict rules that could immediately mean fewer new and innovative experiences for players. No. In fact, it would do the opposite. Like, he would go back to developing new things and trying new things, renovate, or not revolution, or what's the word? The word where you like improve, like improving on games, on newer games and selling those new ones, like you've done, like the industry has been doing for decades before. Let's say creatures in future psychology, the end policy doesn't reflect the games that actually work today. Well, who created the games today? Who created this environment we're in right now? Wasn't the players. It wasn't the gamers. The customers. Well, again, the customers were perfectly happy, like, buying new products. And now we have to, like, stretch out these old ones. Again, this is all self-inflicted. I think this bill would really help with... Well, it would definitely prevent companies from just, like, abandoning their games. Because that's been the problem. Like, the reason why we had this whole Stop Killing Games movement is because the companies have been they've been making these live service games and then sort of just abandoning them. Like, they've been selling what's called season passes for hundreds of dollars, and these season passes are supposed to like grant you access to content like down the line, like as they produce them. But then they, like in the case of like Anthem and what's it called? What was it, that one that flopped horribly? I think it started with a P, whatever. Well, the point is, like, they would abandon those games and then they keep the money, but they don't produce the content, and they just go on to something new that's also that will also be a live service thing, and just like they keep the cycle just continues. That's the problem. Like, things like the Anthem shutting down after people have like bought all the DLC and all the season passes. And by shut down, I mean they lose access to the thing they paid for, which is very, very wrong. So again, this is just like a whole load of nonsense. is what they're trying to argue here. And yeah, I think this bill. Well, I was probably going to say like this bill would help things, but I don't think so. I mean, like the intention is good, but again, all the big corporals, instead of like going back to the thing that was good for everybody, they're going to find a way to like sidestep it or lobby it or find ways around this to continue gouging money from the customers. So whether or not this bill is going to have any actual real effect, I mean, like it's well intentioned, but like there's gonna it's well not well intended. Like it is what is, how do I put this? Like it kind of forces, well, it's supposed to be forcing the companies to go back to how things were that benefited everybody. But like the corporations are gonna find, yeah, like I guess I already said, they're gonna find a way around it instead of like just trying to abide by it and just try to be, instead of being fair, instead of instead of like, I'm repeating myself again, aren't I? You get the idea. As of now, Assembly Bill 1921 hasn't become law, but it's worth keeping an eye on for where it does take effect by January 1st, 2027, and how ESA will reflect if that happens. And that's all advertisements. Yeah, so yeah, it's this bill I think is more consumer friendly. And again, this is just corporations trying to just want to continue the practices that kill the games, but they get to run away with the money, and you get left with a broken. Or what's a good analogy? They run away with the money. You're left with a pile of ash. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on this. Also, Mandalorian and Grogu is coming out 22nd of May, 2026. Okay, there's for that. I had... Oh, more good news! Nintendo Switch 2 is getting more expensive later this year. From Ars Technica. Changes in market conditions led to $50 price bump on September 1st. When we hold on a second. When we reviewed the Switch 2 just after its launch last year, we warned that interested customers might want to buy in early as the launch price could go up. The potential price hike became a reality today as Nintendo announced the Switch 2 MSRP will increase to $500 on September 1st, a $50 and about 11% increase from $450 launch price. In announcement of the impending price increase today, Nintendo cited changes in the market conditions and the global business outlook that are expected to extend over the medium to long term. That's likely to reference the climbing RAM and storage prices that have been impacting all sorts of hardware makers for months. But these are commercials. Nintendo Nintendo's price move means all three current major consoles have now increased in price since launch. Sony PS5 got its second price increase in March, just 8 months after first price hike. Xbox Series consoles saw their second price increase in September, 5 months after initial price hike. Nintendo also raised the price of the aging original Switch console for the first time last year. You remember back in the day when things got cheaper over time? Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. It's actually the opposite now. These now routine price increases are marked change from a decades-long period where game consoles routinely increasingly dropped in price. I just said that. In the years after their launch. Even before recent component shortages, though, a combination of higher than normal inflation and slowing of Moore's Law, I don't know what that means, tariff-related market stocks and spiking gas prices have made the once reliable console price drop a fading market memory. Now it's kind of like across the board, not just with like consoles, like everything. Like everything, like nothing actually goes down in price anymore. Not even games. Like I've noticed, like I've had games on my wish list on Steam for years and they've never dropped in price at all, ever. Like even the sales aren't very good anymore. Like the Steam sales are not that great anymore. Like I think I have like a 10-year-old game that's still there for like $80. But yeah, no, that's... Yeah, prices don't go down anymore. They only go up. An updated finance forecast also released today. Nintendo cited the impact of these price revisions in projecting sales of 16.5 million Switch 2 units in the current fiscal year ending March 2027. That's down from 19.6 million sales from the... yeah, that's less than the smaller number is bigger than this number. I got it. Console first fiscal represents solid level of adoption for Nintendo Switch 2 in its second year after launch, the company wrote. Well, we need to pad out our word count, I guess. Outside the US, Nintendo announced the following new hardware prices for markets, and I guess that's it. Oh yeah, who did this? This is by... Who's this by? Kyle Orland. This is by. And yeah, there's the prices. Canada, 680 from 680. God, like the price is already way too high. Like it's unreasonably high now. Who's buying these things? Who can afford these? I don't know. I wonder what was the sales. Nintendo was down from the 60. So it had like 19.86 million sales in the console's first fiscal year. How much did the Switch 1 sell? Was it like 100 and some million? Wasn't that like the highest selling console in history? The Switch? Like it just beat out the PlayStation 2? Yeah, times have changed. So I guess effective May 25th. Or no, that's in Japan, never mind. So yeah, they're, I don't know. How much are they secondhand? You know, maybe I should look into that. How much is secondhand Switch 2 going to be? But then they also have all that, malware junk, the whole anti-resale software junk that they shoved into it now. So I don't think you can like resell I don't think you can get a secondhand Switch 2. Man, Nintendo, you're making it really hard to be a Nintendo fan. Like really, really hard. All right, well that's that. How about something less depressing? This might be fun. From GameSpot. The top 10 best-selling video games of all time, including new heights for Mario Kart 8. Is that a spoiler? By Eddie McCutch. That guy. So GameSpot. Now they're just telling you that they get paid for their advertisements, or they get paid for their reviews. So these games have sold a few copies with the rise in popularity and prominence of free-to-play games like Fortnite, CS:GO. I don't know, I think it's kind of a, what would you say, like a misnomer or a kind of slightly misleading to say that a free-to-play game is free-to-play, because they're often not really free-to-play. I mean, you can play them for free, kind of, but if you want, like there's all, they sort of, like, put you in with all the pay-to-wins, so you kind of have to buy stuff to actually, you know, play effectively. Anyway, this is neither here nor there. This is supposed to be the non-depressing part of the show. Okay. You know, the games are reaching astounding player counts and tallying huge amounts of playtime. But in terms of sales numbers for paid games, what are the best-selling games of all time? Here, are we padding out the word count, I think. Can we just, like, get to it? List does not include free-to-play games, which is what you want. Okay, fine. Fortnite, blah, 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 these games sold no free-to-plays in the list. This does not include sales of pack-in games for hardware bundles. For distinction, example, Wii Sports pack-in games? Or I guess like games that come with consoles. I mean, okay, I guess fair enough. Obvious thing parts being bound with Wii original Super Mario Bros. Pack-in game for Western. Man, you remember the original Super Mario Bros? I think I did have. I know I did have like the original NES. I can't remember if I had Mario for that console or because I also had the Super Nintendo and the Mario All-Stars games, which had the original Mario on it. But I do remember like there was some kind of Peanuts game, like with Snoopy and Charlie Brown game. It was like some sort of Olympics game where you had to like I vaguely remember some game where you had to like throw a boot. Man, that was a long time ago. Anyway, where are we? So, number 10, Super Mario Bros. 50 million pack-in sales included. Right? The original Super Mario Bros. For NES, released in 1985, is the first game on this list with a reported 50 million copies sold. This was not Mario's first appearance in video game, but Super Mario Bros. Remained beloved, and its huge success helped propel the Mario franchise forward. The levels, the music, the enemies, it's all iconic. Numerous Mario games would follow, the latest of which Super Mario Bros. Wonder was released like the yeah, so Super Mario's number 10. Witcher 3, 60 million. CD Projekt Red's Witcher 3, Wild Hunt grew the franchise to new heights with the latest release selling 60 million copies across all platforms. Released in 2015, The Witcher 3 was a hit right out the gate and has continued to grow and grow and grow. Yeah, that's so. Over 10 years old now and still being sold today. That was definitely an achievement in video game history. The game is regularly discounted to low and low prices. Yeah, remember when they used to do that? But that doesn't take anything away from the fact it put out gigantic sales figures. Something else that helped Witcher 3 sales was the debut of the Netflix TV series. Did it really help? Okay. I suppose like the first season was okay of this bit, but yeah. After The Witcher on Netflix premiered in 2020, Witcher 3 sales 2020, 6 years ago, and there are only what on season 3? Season 4? Man, times have really changed, haven't they? Like no one can keep to a schedule anymore. Witcher 3 rolls 500%. CD Projekt Red released Cyberpunk 2077 next. And while it got off to a poor start in terms of player reception, things have since turned around. The game is doing great. Witcher 4 is the next game in the main Witcher series and padding out word counts, I guess. And development now is like Unreal Engine 5. That's actually, you know, that Unreal Engine 5, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it's actually pretty impressive how it can make things look and use less resources, so yeah. And of course, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. 60 million copies, and probably the most memed game ever. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim was released back in 2011. Yes, it was released on 11/11/11. 11 is November. Yeah, November 11th, 2011. Because I remember that was like part of the advertisements to say it comes out 11/11/11. It was a very successful release from Bethesda Game Studios at launch. Yeah, I remember like I tried looking for a copy for it. Like I went to like 5 different GameStops, and like it was sold out on pretty much everywhere except for like the very last one I went to. I think it had, or did I get it? Wait, or did I get it the next day? I don't remember. I don't know. It was like a huge deal. Well, from Bethesda launch, it was very successful release from the Bethesda Game Studios at launch, and it has continued to sell well in the years that followed. In fact, the game's ubiquity has become a meme. Yeah, I just said that. The most meme game in history, probably. It's been ported to pretty much every platform you can think of, and game director Todd Howard has explained why. If you want us to stop releasing it, stop buying it, Howard joked in 2018. In an interview in 2023, Howard revealed that the game has reached 60 million copies sold. Well, make new games then, Howard. If you want us to stop buying this one, make new ones. Where's Elder Scrolls 6? Come on. Come on, where's Fallout 5? Where's the remaster of Fallout 3? Come on, Todd Howard. That's probably the reason why everyone's buying it, because there's nothing more to buy from Bethesda. Revealed the copies sold, making it one of the top 10 best-selling games ever. Next up for Howard and Bethesda is something new, the RPG Starfield. It's supposed to be an old article. But after that, Howard and the team will make the Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. Yeah, this is an old article. Starfield did not go well. It was like a huge glitchy mess, and it was boring and uninspiring and just a slog to play. Alright, next one, PUBG, 75 million. This is the game that started the whole, what was it, a whole new genre, the looter shooter. Or wait, no, what kind? The one where you're like in the battlegrounds kind of genre thing, where you're like in a battle royale. That's what it was. The battle royale genre game that spawned Fortnite. This is one that started first. Fortnite is what made it. What's the word? Fortnite is what made it popular. PUBG Battlegrounds, or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, is, as it was originally known, is now a free-to-play game, but before the change in business model, the game tallied an impressive 75 million copies sold across PC and console. The game, which is based in an Arma mod. Well, that's a different game. Yeah, there's a lot of these super popular games have started out being mods from other games, like League of Legends and Dota and like all those types. I think it even like spawned new genres too, like the League of Legends, which spawned that whole new genre of what do you call it? They're not shooters. It's like the hallway fighting. You know what I'm talking about, probably. Yeah, spawn new genres. It was released in 2017 and remains one of the leading battle royale games on markets. It is now also available with dedicated version of mobile devices. At one point, there were plans to create a PUBG connected universe and would expand far and wide into the horror space with the game that Callisto Protocol but those plans were scaled back because of Fortnite. Fortnite kind of overshadowed it. Alright, next Mario Kart 6. Number 6 is Mario Kart 8 Plus Deluxe. 79.54 million. Why don't you say 79.5? You don't need like 5.4. That doesn't really mean anything. In fact, you probably don't even need like the point. You just say like 79 million or 78 million or something. Mario Kart series is one of the biggest and best known in all of gaming, and Mario Kart 8 is the best selling game of all. The game originally launched on Wii U, where it sold 8.46 million. You don't need the 6 copies, a substantial number considering the Wii U itself only sold 13.5 million units. But the game really got a jolt in sales when it came to Switch via Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Switch. The game has sold an astounding 71.8 million copies to bring its total to 79.5. Just say 80 million, that's close enough. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is featured in Nintendo annual Black Friday bundles, so of course its sales figures are boosted by being a pack-in title. Nintendo has expanded upon Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with dozens of DLC tracks that players can buy via Booster Pass. Mario Kart 8 is the newest entry in the series and has already sold 14.7 million copies. 14.70? Okay, well you didn't need the 7-0, you could just say 7, like 0 is nothing, just 14.7. I didn't... Okay, I'm just obsessing over something dumb right now, I know, but it's just really annoying. Anyway, number 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, at 82 million. What, not 82.651344? No, just straight 82 million. Okay. Rockstar has 2 games inside. Huh? Distraction. Okay, focus. There we go. Rockstar has 2 games inside the list of top 10 best-selling games of all time, and the first is the 2018 Western Red Dead Redemption 2, with 82 million copies sold, a prequel to 2010's Red Dead Redemption that fans waited nearly a decade for. Red Dead Redemption 2 goes back in time and explains some of the events leading up to Red Dead Redemption. The game is set in a sprawling open world in the 1899 American West. The game's online mode, Red Dead Redemption Online, did take off in the way that GTA Online did, but the game overall still managed to put up big numbers. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game for the most part. I might have like a few quibbles about the controls and the unnecessary over-accuracy of things, and but I mean, yeah, I know it is a pretty good game. I think Red Dead Online is pretty good too, if you can like make it a single player or get like a private server and you don't have to deal with the hackers. So that is a major issue in the online, is all the hackers. Next is Wii Sports, 82.9 million. The original Wii Sports was a pack-in game for Nintendo Wii, and as such, it sold a lot of copies. Certainly, its pack-in status helped it sell more than it might otherwise have. How many copies did it sell? 82.9 million, you just said that. In Nintendo's latest count, the game was many people's first introduction to Wii's innovative motion controls. It really did feel incredible to swing the Wii remote and see that swinging translated on screen for a tennis shot or whipping a bowling ball down the alley. A sequel, Wii Sports Resort, was released in 2009 for more games like Frisbee and Basketball. A successor followed for Nintendo Switch in the form of the very creatively named Nintendo Switch Sports. Excuse me. Okay. And GTA, of course. Number 3, GTA 5. 225 million. It was only a matter of time before Grand Theft Auto 5 showed up. What's this, like over 10 years? Yeah, 13 years now. 13 years old now. And we still don't have GTA 6. Matter of time, Grand Theft Auto 5 showed up on the list. Rockstar's celebrated open world action game was released all the way back in 2013, but has been selling millions of copies every few months, bringing its total to 225 million plus. Who's still buying it? Like, you would think after, what, 13 years, everybody who wanted it have already bought it. Right, no, I guess it keeps coming out on different consoles too, so that, I guess, boosts the sales. Alright, fair enough. Selling millions of copies every few months. The game originally launched on Xbox 360, PS3, before coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC. And later, with the updated graphics and features to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, beyond... What is with Xbox and all these weird series and... I don't know, they just... Maybe keep it simple. Just keep it simple with your Xbox. Say like Xbox 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that's good enough. Just don't got all these weird qualifiers in it. It confuses things. Beyond sales alone, the game brings in money from its uber popular GTA Online multiplayer mode, and 195 million doesn't even count all the people who might have played GTA 5 when it was available on Xbox Game Pass. In terms of dollars, is the most successful entertainment product of all time. Yeah, it made like over $1 billion or so dollars. That's what, what was I saying? Something like it got, I don't know, somebody took notice, and now everything's a GTA clone. What am I talking about? I don't know. Unsurprisingly, Rockstar is now developing a new GTA game. GTA 6 is in development and will release in November 2026. Hopefully, if they don't push it back again. There. Minecraft, 300 million. Yes, of course. Of course, Minecraft is on the list. It is the #2 best-selling game of all time as of 2023. The game had sold more than 300 million copies, according to franchise owner Microsoft. According to the company, a copy of the game has been sold in just about every country and territory in the world. Really? That's actually pretty impressive. And that includes Antarctica, even Antarctica and Vatican City. Does the Pope play Minecraft? That would be pretty funny. I guess like in his off time, when he's like taking a break from doing all the god stuff, he's playing Minecraft. What does the Pope make in Minecraft? Do you think he makes like crosses and stuff? Do you think he's like building a Minecraft Vatican City version in Minecraft? Or do you think it just it's like his off time? It's his me time. So he doesn't really bother with all that stuff. He just does whatever he wants. Anyway, according to the company, the game was created by Marcus Notch, person who would go on to sell the game and his stake in developer Mojang to Microsoft in 2024 for $2.5 billion. Microsoft has never released a Minecraft 2. Well, why would they? Minecraft 1 is everything you need. Like, I don't know how you improve on that. But it has expanded the series in the form of other games like Minecraft Dungeons, Minecraft Legends, a film starring Jason Momoa, Jack Black, Kate McKinnon, Jennifer Coolidge is now in the works. This is a very old article. Where did I get this? I don't even remember. Alright. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Drum roll? Where's the drum roll? Oh, I don't have a drum roll sound effect. Never mind. Anyway, #1. Tetris. Huh. For some reason, I don't know why, but it feels like I didn't see it coming, yet I always knew. I don't really know how to explain it. But yeah, Tetris. #1, Tetris, 520 million. Pack-in sales include... Yeah, that was packed in with the Game Boy, wasn't it? According to the official Tetris website, the iconic puzzle game has exceeded 520 million in sales over its lifetime, with billions of sessions played online every year. In 520 million surely includes combined sales of the many different versions of the year released over the years. Right? The game is cultural phenomenon, as pretty much anyone of a certain age would know what you're talking about when you mention Tetris. Yeah, talking too much. It's also become common parlance. It's become common parlance. There's a word you don't use very much. Of sorts, as people might often refer to playing Tetris when loading up a car with many items that might seem difficult to fit. The game was created by Alex Pajitnov, an engineer from Soviet Russia. It wasn't until the game designer and entrepreneur Henk Rogers, discovered the game at a Las Vegas trade show in 1988 that the game really picked up steam. Though Rogers got the rights from Pajitnov and licensed to the game to Nintendo, which released the game as a pack for the Nintendo Game Boy. Yeah, there it is. This led to 35 million copies being sold from Game Boy alone, and the game has remained popular ever since, having been released on pretty much every platform under the sun. A movie about the origins of Tetris starring Taron Egerton was released in 2023. So yeah, there you go. The number one Tetris. Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna say if I agree with this list, but this is about the sales, so there's no really like opinion you can have really. But yeah, there you go. That is the list. Well, there you go. Do I have anything else, or hold on? What else do I have here? Or do I have anything at all? Is that all? Well, I guess it was kind of short, but I don't know. I don't really have much else. Nothing of real interest. You know what? Maybe that's fine. That's fine right there. Yeah. Well, that's it, I guess, for today. Yes, I guess I will try... no, I will. I'm not going to try. I will be streaming tomorrow. Try to make it for 2 o'clock. As I hear, that's the best time to start streaming. But I'll be playing a game tomorrow. What game? I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get there. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm... Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else, so... Well, that's it for me. If you like the stream, please like and subscribe if you want. Again, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, or probably earlier time. And I guess we'll try this experiment again. Yeah. Alright. I don't know what... It's been a while. I can't remember what my sign-off was. It was like... something like, yeah, keep yelling at those clouds, or something like that. But we didn't really do much... No, I suppose we did do some yelling at clouds, didn't we? Yeah. With that dumb ESA thing in the beginning. Well... Yeah. Or if I just, like, cut it off. Like, I'll just do a soprano sing and just